Hey traders, welcome back for another episode trading the GBP USD. Quite lucky recently, been closing some pretty good trades and taking some pretty interesting uh, profit, mainly off the back of economic data. Um, can always see that when a new piece of data comes out, the market just reacts incredibly. So you can really profit from those economic times. So the London session has just opened. What I've done is I've drawn out my area of resistance. So this is the resistance layer. We can already see on the 15-minute time frame that the price has closed above that level. Um, and down here you can see this is the area of support. So what I'm currently doing is just waiting to see how the market is reacting before entering into a position. I'm a little bit unsure which way to go, but I'm leaning more toward going long if the signs are good. So if we continue to see the price likely will trail up slightly more because you can see this huge, thick green candle. The price is trailing up and it may come back for a retest. We may want to enter on the retest. Let's have a look at the 5-minute frame. See if there are any fair value gaps. So we got a fair value gap here. Let me mark that out. So we may see the price retrace back into this zone. And if it does, that'll be really helpful because we may then want to enter into a trade. Um, Try and aim for a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. You can see this red line up here, I think is my daily resistance line. Might be my 4 hourly. Yes, that is my 4 hourly resistance line. And so we may want to try and target just below there. That would be today's goal, or at least that's today's plan. Yeah, we can already see that it's beginning to retrace very, very slightly back into that fair value gap, which is good for us. Oh, it's already jumped back into there, actually. Um, all right, let's take a look at a buy and a sell, 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio below the fair value gap. And then the 7, 6. Might be too tight that actually. 2-to-1, so we're going for about here. Okay, so we can see that we had this full body wick candle close above that area of resistance. So you can see that happened here. You can see that the price is coming back to retest that line. Hopefully the next candle we see, so I'm on the 5-minute time frame, the next candle we see will remain closed above the line, and that's when we want to enter. So it has remained closed above the line. Let's see. Let's enter into that trade. Okay. So you can see I put my stop loss down here below the fair value gap. Oh, that's terrible. Already seeing a push into the downside. That is frustrating. Um, I guess we just need to continue to wait and see. Actually, I guess what's happening here is that this is potentially the real retest, and I should have waited a little longer before entering. Well, let's just hope this plays out. But yeah, you can see here that it's coming back down to this line, this dotted line that I put, the yellow dotted line. Oh, that's not good for me. So let's hope that it begins to reverse. That would be considered that retest. Um, if not, it's fine. We'll try and look at another trade if I get stopped out. It certainly seems that it was very promising at first, but might be getting stopped out here. Uh, that's again quite frustrating. We saw a really nice push into the upside, and then the price clearly reacted with one of these previous supply zones, which was quite frustrating. Perhaps I should have thought of this a little bit more in depth. Um, Let me jump out and take a look at what that zone actually is. I think it was a double top. Previously, it reacted as a double top before. Yes, yes, it's this zone here, um, where this acted as a double top, or, but it didn't. No, it didn't get to that section. Let's have a look. I reacted with this one here. Um, what is this reaction? Okay, yeah. It this. So I marked this out previously, and what we saw was a huge surge into the downside. I think some news came out about the British economy and the some budget cuts that might happen in November. And so we just saw this huge surge into. I thought this was void. I thought this was void. I don't see the price retracing here and doing the exact same it had done, but oh, I could have been wrong. Um, yeah, we're seeing huge resistance when it touches into the supply zone. It's rather frustrating because yeah, I really had good promise. I was feeling quite promising about this hitting the TP today. Of course, within the confines of this previous high up here. Guess we'll continue waiting. Not been stopped out entirely yet, but that is quite frustrating. We did see a nice close above the previous high. Again, a really nice confirmation to go long. We were trading above the EMA. Again, another confirmation to go long. Um, we can see that it reverted back into that fair value gap. You see, reverted back into this fair value gap, which is where we entered, and we saw it continue into the upside. So all of these things pointed toward a pretty good confluence, and gave me the confidence that this was going to be a good trade. Those are the reasons why I entered. Um, okay, there's a bit of a reversal going on again, which is good. Hopefully it will reverse entirely and break this previous high. If it does, then great. We might actually see the TP getting hit, but it's certainly been struggling. It's been a big struggle today. I can mark that out as well. So this is what we want to break if we can. Beautifully done though. I mean, if you look at this, it just touched that supply zone before pushing down. I mean, if this reversal does happen and we do end up hitting the TP, I would then imagine a lot of the traders thought it would react that way, but quite honestly, it shouldn't because that was pushed by news. That was an economic bit of news that came out, and that's what pushed it down. But there's no news today, I don't think, around this. The only big news that came out the other day was the non-farm payrolls out of the US, and they were really bad, right? On Friday, it came out that it was estimated to be about 72,000, um, thousand added to the workforce, and it just came out to be 22. So that really, and usually when it's low, that devalues a currency. So the US really did suffer that day. I would have imagined that it would continue to suffer. What's interesting is I was reading the economic report on non-farm payrolls for this month, and we can see that surprisingly, manufacturing is down, which I think Trump really wanted to bring in manufacturing back to the US, but that was down by quite a lot. Mining, excavation, that was down by a few thousand. I think the only sectors that saw an increase was healthcare. think healthcare and um, some type of social responsibility jobs, but everything else seemed to be going down, which indicates a pretty not so strong economy for the future, at least what I imagined. So we should be seeing this going up. Anyway, okay. Okay, there's a nice little reversal going on here. So hopefully I don't get stopped out and hopefully we can pass this previous high. If we do, then that's an indication that hopefully we can get the TP hit today. Um, okay, just gonna continue waiting. Think this could be it. This could be me getting stopped out today. Really frustrating, but I guess it happens. You know, I mean, if you really examined this, I guess, and I actually verified and validated this as a supply zone, then you could have made, or I could have made today $10 here, $20, $30, $40, just by going up and down. Ah, here we go. This is gonna be me getting stopped out. Yeah, it's very, very close now to the stop out line. Um, well, that's upsetting. I honestly thought that I would have been able to play this so that I get a profit today by going long. Um, again, I feel like I've not done many mistakes here. I followed my system and it just didn't pan out today. That's fine. Did get a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, but of course we're looking for 1-to-2. Um, anything that I could have done differently? Let's take a look here. Um, I mean, I could have rewaited for this retest of the line. So as you know, I entered here. I could have waited for this to come back down and then entered into the position, hoping we would hit the TP up here. That would have been something that I should have done. Um, perhaps once this double top was reformed, then maybe I should have exited that position. You know, although the way I was seeing this was we see this nice climb up and then this dramatic push down and then this dramatic push up. I thought it would cancel one another out and we would continue to see that climb up. That's what I was thinking. About to get stopped out. Always a horrible time when I get stopped out. I mean, we might see a pretty interesting reversal hit us any second now, or have to call it quits. What I am hoping for though is if we see here a lot of the push into a lot of the sellers are winning. The sellers, a lot of people want to push the price down. People want to strengthen the US dollar. Um, potentially it may reverse back down to this fair value gap before pushing up again. I'll have to keep monitoring it. Um, oh, here we go. What is my stop loss today? Ah, okay, $12, $13. Not too bad, really. Certainly survivable. And it's only Monday, so we have plenty of days to trade this month, this week. It's not stopping me out yet. Yeah, I'm on the 5 minute time frame. I quite like the 5 minute frames because the candles come just, so frequently and you can kind of see your trade better in real time. Yeah, this would be my next supply zone if I were to mark this out. it may drop down to here. That would be where you want to buy within that zone because it breaks that market structure. And I just failed to re-reach this level. Very frustrating. So you can see this is where I put my stop loss, just here, which is below that previous high. So I was hoping the price was going to retrace to around about here anyway, before seeing a slight reversal. What's happening at this level? Doesn't seem to be much there. I guess a previous fair value gap, perhaps? No. Can't think. I can't think why it's constantly reacting to this level supply zone. I really can't. Of course, I'd imagine a lot of people on their Forex accounts are likely have marked that out when the economic data came out, and possibly still seeing that and using that as one of their resistance zones. But I honestly thought the resistance zone would be up here. This would be where the resistance zone should be. Um, oh well. Which I'm quite amazed I've not been stopped out yet. I keep jumping onto the video and oh, here we go. All right, here's a contender. One more minute until the next candle comes out. Oh, be a very, very strong green. That would be very helpful. Fair value gap is opening up here now. Move that. So it means the price, no matter how far it will retrace down, which I could play with later on to try and get some of my money back, is it will likely jump to around about here, maybe, and the price will should jump back into this zone. So you can see this is a very clear fair value gap. The price clearly moved too quickly for the market to react to. Let's see what happens to the price. All right, we got a green candle. That's pretty good. No, it's not very strong momentum into the upside at the moment. What time is it in the UK? It's what, just gone 9:30? Admittedly, these are some pretty crazy candles. I mean, quite strong. Very, very strong candles pushing it down. Very, very strong. Means the sellers really do not want this price to go up. Oh, what I hate about IG is that you can't backspace. I mean, you can't undo something if you move one of the objects. Very frustrating. Ah, here we go. Okay, now I'm getting stopped out. No. There we go. All right, I got stopped out. Again, bit of a shame. Really quite frustrating to see getting stopped out, especially after, and getting up here. Um, But what will likely happen, as I said, is it will probably reverse down to about here. Uh, let's say maybe this zone. Let's have a look. Just gonna put in a sell order down to where I think it is going to tumble. So I think it's going to push down to roughly here. And then we'll see a reversal back into that fair value gap. Days like this is very frustrating. Please be a red candle. Just my luck. It's a green candle. Wow. I just got stopped out again and lost. Um, yeah, it can be very frustrating, Forex trading. Anyway, I'm likely going to stop trading there. Gave it a shot. I thought, yeah, the price would likely continue back down into this demand zone. And then what I wanted to do is then rewrite that back up into this fair value gap, which clearly didn't happen. Um, Overall, down by about $18. Very, very frustrating. But it's okay. I mean, that last trade was a bit impulsive, so I shouldn't have done that anyway. But it's okay. Well, I'll get back into it tomorrow, but I'll likely stop trading for today. Anyway, thank you very much, traders, for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.